Well, we called it yesterday. we literally called it yesterday that Didier Drogba 2.0 might be coming out, and now it has just been leaked about 6 hours after I made the video yesterday. So yeah, we're gonna talk about that because I'm assuming he's gonna be very, very good and very annoying to play against. And also today we're gonna talk about a kind of a little tip people are not like realizing with the pack grind right now that I want to show you guys that people are really sleeping on. And then also there's like random other information to talk about too, of course. If you guys would like to buy coins, you can go to mmoxp.com. The link is in the description. You can use my code JFC at checkout for a 5% discount. And if you are new around here, subscribe because I love you and thank you for being here. La Liga Toss is under full swing. What do you think about it right now? What do you think about this game right now? I mean, it's definitely something. I do want to say I packed Cancelo finally. I got like an okay pack pull after endless packs being open. I mean, I cannot believe the amount that have been open for me to finally get an okay pull. We got Joao Cancelo. He seems very good. I've not really played Weekend League yet because I was celebrating my Timberwolves advancing to the Western Conference Finals. So I was like, okay, well, do I have a good night or do I play Weekend League? Well, the answer was obvious. But okay, right now, what I want to start with, we'll talk about like the pack grind first and foremost here. That is pretty fun to do. It's just, I can't pack shit. So after a certain point, it's just hard to pack things. So if you want to, you get basically endless spins at the wheel. It's just, will you ever pack anything? Will you ever pull something on that spin of the wheel? I can't say. People in my comment section seem to have, which is great for you guys. I love that for you. But I can't seem to do that. Some other guys in my comments saying like 1,000 of this and they're not packing anything. So it's just luck of the draw. I mean, you're bored and you want to get a lot of fodder, at least a lot of fodder, you can do these crafting methods. So the first thing I want to say is like really the easiest tip I want to bring you guys is that the 89 exchanges and the 88 exchanges are obviously the two best ones here, but the 89 exchange, it's been the one that people just like gravitate towards when they talk about any crafting method regarding commons and rares, right? The 88 exchange is 27 gold players and 8 rares. The 89 exchange is 51 gold players and 14 rares. We'll do the math on that. Obviously, this one is actually a little bit more than half of an 89 exchange, right? So what seems to be happening, though, is that when you look at the 88 exchange prices and 89 exchange prices, they're nowhere near half. 88s, I've even seen down closer to like 8,000 for a while, and 89 staying in the 20,000 coin range. And 89s actually fluctuate a lot during the day, by the way. Little like tip and trick here. 89s, actually, you want to buy them later into the night, usually. A couple hours after content is actually not one of the better times to buy them because people are actually trying to buy them to do the exchanges, right? Today we got Onabate SBC, so people want to start to craft SBCs that came out and they start to buy exchanges for them. It's only a couple thousand coins, but there is a little fluctuation in there from like hour to hour. But 88s, right now you can snipe them for like 8.8, 8.7, 8.6, 8.5. That's not anywhere close to half of an 89, and 288 exchanges equals more than an 89 exchange. Now, obviously, the only thing is that you might argue an 89 exchange of 14 rares compared to 8 rares here. You get the 88 exchange is like one's more likely to get a big pack pull than another one, which I can understand. But if you want to buy them from scratch, especially if you want to do like 50 of them, go buy the 88s because that's just going to be the best cost for money for any of the exchanges you're going to do. Not 85s, 86s, 87s, 88s. If you want to just buy them straight up to try and do a bunch of the crafting upgrades or whatever, 88s are the way to go for there. So, okay, so we'll go to Waldy's tweet here. He sums it up really, really well with this crafting upgrade looks like right now. It starts by completing the TOTS crafting upgrade packs as much as you can. Use up all your commons in your club, even tradable ones I would use at this point. Fuck it, you know, we're further into the year now. Who cares? If not, buy a few 88s, and I explained why 88s and not 89s. Do some of the exchanges, get those started. Obviously, those 77 by 5 packs will get you a bunch of rares for the La Liga premium upgrades, and those packs don't seem to be very good for me either. But you do get some fodder in them sometimes. And you're just pulling, you know, you're just spinning the wheel, right? You're just giving it a spin. He says use 75 to 81 gold rares here. I'd use 75 to 82 gold rares there, and 83 pluses we'll talk about in a sec. 81 plus player pick here. This is for when you finish the crafting upgrade. Just put the commons into here instead. Some people have said like, hey, do I put the commons into a gold upgrade to get 2 rares back for all of my commons? And while you are hypothetically getting more rares than if you were doing the player pick, I still don't think you should do that. I think the player pick just is better chance for you to get something, honestly. So I would just prefer you guys do the player pick. And then what to do with 82 to 85 rated fodder, I just prefer 83 to 85 rated fodder doing this with. You do all the 85 plus player picks, 86 plus doubles, 83 plus team of the week picks, right? Those are all the ones you do with those. It'll get you some more high rated fodder, and with obviously all of anything high rated you get, they can go right into the exchanges or into any SBC you want them to, and you will get quite a few. People kind of sleep on the amount of like 87s you're going to get, 86s you're going to get. You want to put all those into exchanges, which if you don't want to do any players, you can do that, but I would recommend crafting some players you want to do. If you want to put everything back into exchanges, you will pretty much open endless packs. Like they will be endless, which is very fun. Of course, the pack weight, like I said yesterday and today, it's not very good, but I will give them credit for like there's something that we can do continuously to get packs, which I don't really even think, if I'm going to be cynical for a sec, should be something that I should praise them for. I think this should be a thing all the time. Putting time in the menus, you should be rewarded for it. There's a very unique situation in this game where you can put time in menus or in gameplay and be rewarded for it, which I think is a really unique thing with just this game in particular, or many Ultimate Team games in general. But I think it's very unique, and I wish we would see more of that. I can't bag anything. I don't even know why I opened that right now. I wish we would see, even more ways to be on the menus and craft almost anybody we want to. And we're doing that right now. So I definitely want to thank them for that. It still takes a lot of time, but if you put in a lot of time, you should be getting good things out of it, right? So, but okay, you know who it is. All right. It's the big man himself. It is Zorloth, who has been a nightmare to play against for a couple of years now. Top La Liga scorer. He's going to be an SBC. He's probably going to have Aerial Plus. Wake up, babe. New DROGBA has dropped, and and his playstyles are not confirmed, by the way, but he's gonna have Aerial, I'm assuming. And now I think about it, what has been the Aerial Plus SBCs we have gotten this year? I feel like there's actually not been that many. The EA knows Aerial Plus is pretty damn good, considering all their pros only use that. We won't get into that discussion right now, though. The gameplay looks like absolute horse to watch at the top level. Crossing Simulator 24 coming soon. I would like to say from EA, or give credit to EA for one sec here. I do like that you can have multiple playstyles, though. I don't literally mean playstyles as in in the game. I mean you can actually use players who are taller. They have an advantage to being tall, which I think is great. I think that short players have an advantage in some ways and tall players have an advantage in some ways. And that, I want to give credit in one hand that is more of a thing now in the past couple years than ever has been in the past. There was a few years there where a Didier Drogba card would come out and you just knew it was not going to be good. Just the inherent fact he was 6'2" and chunky, he was just not going to be good. The fact that that's not a thing anymore, I do want to give them credit for that, for sure. Balancing aside, because the balancing, will always be a thing they need to fine tune, but I like that now there's just uniqueness can kind of exist in a player more than it could have before. And if you go play old gen, you'll even understand what I mean a little bit more. Old gen's similar to what the older FIFAs kind of were like. There's a less parity of great players on there, if that makes sense. To me, a lot of dribble gods on old gen are still the most meta players hands down, whereas on new gen, at least, the only redeemable thing about new gen is that you kind of can use a lot of the bigger players. Obviously, you've seen my teams. I like the bigger players of my teams, pause. But 4 evolutions yet to come. We got this tweet 3 or 4 days ago now. We have not seen all 4. So we have more Evos yet to come. We have no word on them because FUT Police Leaks needs to make that sweet, sweet Elon cash and that delicioso Patreon monthly check. Now, anyone else, random side note, anyone else disappointed by the TOTS Mixed Leagues? I just low-key wish we could have seen more of them. I like the fact they made them usable. I'll give them that credit. Jokeresh looks fantastic. Somerville looks good, and some of the other cards do in previous leagues. They look very good. But if you're gonna make the pack weight not so great, just give us a shit ton of blues. I don't really see why not. But I guess they have to try and incentivize fuddies when that comes back, when all cards go back into packs, because that will be a unique time of the year. So I know they want to incentivize getting on for that, but I don't know. I just wish that we didn't get 11. You guys think 11 is too low, or do you think 11 is just right? There's definitely a Millie Bobby Brown and Drake joke to make in there. I just not smart enough to make it. And then La Liga TOTS cards, I always say, you're gonna want to buy them when Division Rivals rewards come out. There was a huge crash on them just like a day or two ago now. With store packs being a thing, everything in packs has more inherent risk of seeing a huge drop if you buy it. That's really as simple as that. If you ever buy something that's in packs, it's way more risky than it used to be. It used to be like, oh, will it get packed? Like, what does the supply look like, right? Now it's like, okay, is EA gonna drop a pack that fucks up my price of my card? Send it to half price. That's actually possible, you know? So you're just having always more inherent risk, but at some point you got to try out new cards and try what you like. And we're in May. We're really you know, 2 months, not even 2 months away from prime FC25 information. So okay, let's read my extremely intelligent subscribers comments here. Racito says YouTube is shadow banning FC24 content from the last 3 days. The algorithm is not showing FC vids on the main timeline. I don't know if you heard that from somebody else, like some other YouTuber. My analytics were showing that too, that it was getting shown less as well. And I have an explanation for this actually, to why this might have happened. I'm assuming YouTubers probably complained about this, and most people just don't give a fuck about this. So like, I don't usually talk about analytics and stuff like that. Maybe some of you do care about like analytics and like how YouTube works. I try and figure this stuff out a lot. My guess is drama came about and the views went up, right? The views went up for drama stuff, and then like the drama starts to die down, views naturally start to die down a little bit. YouTube then, because they just want people to get views on any video, right? They just want to click on a video. FC content not getting as many views as it used to just like a day or two ago, therefore getting shown less, right? So that's my theory behind it. Could be out of my ass, but I feel like that's probably the right answer there. Ball player says, JFC, I don't mean to dunk on this dude, proceeds to flame, broil him alive, and roast the life out of him. I really didn't try to. If I actually did, I really didn't try to. But if you're gonna be spreading like nonsense, I mean, I'm gonna call it out. This is like my one lane where I'm confident in here. I'm gonna call this shit out. Okay, this is good. Okay, Shadow 120. I'm here because my match history is LLLLW. LLLLLL. I gotta win because the guy left. And that's where the comment ends. That's it. Marco Collega, I think, says people are dumb as shit in general. There are people that are dumb. Like, there are some people that are. I mean, that's just how it works. Think about a bell curve of intelligence. I mean, there has to be people on the bottom, but most people are not dumb. Most people have valid reasons for thinking certain things as to why they do. I'm not even talking about FIFA. I'm talking about just anything, right? Most people have valid reasons. Their reasons might be misguided and be, you know, XYZ, but they have reasons for it. That's why it's important to hear people out. The point is, there's a lot of different opinions, a lot of different ways to get there. You can be a decider on which one is right and wrong. Most opinions, though, come from a place where the person's not fucking stupid. I'm not saying you're saying that, but remember to not be so quick to just say, oh, you're stupid because you believe this. There are some things that maybe warrant that. We can talk about that, but there's not many. There's really not very many. Got a couple comments saying that short guy, like on YouTube Shorts, is a bot. Is that true? Are there like bots, like AI faces that are doing this shit? I'm not on TikTok, so I'm not familiar with your game if that's the case. Abacus Frost, brothers watching baseball. My idol might be washed. The baseball disrespect. Listen, it's one thing I might stand on business here. I'm not going to take it. All right, I'm not taking it. First sport I ever loved and fell in love with is baseball. I am a huge baseball nerd, but also if you're a European or if you're an American that finds it boring, I'm not surprised by any means. It's not really the easy sport to get into. Creed says, the fact you can get SBC banned at all for crafting a short space of time is criminal. He says down here, I don't honestly know what the point in limiting SBC completion does. I don't know either. Does somebody have the answer to that question? What does limiting that even do? Are there bots that exist that you can like craft like in 2 seconds? Like I don't know why that's even implemented into the game. I'm not sure. If one of you knows in the comments, let me know. And maybe there's a perfectly good reason for it. But I don't know what it is. I have no idea. I think that's going to be all from me. Thank you for being here. Have a wonderful Tuesday. I'll see you next video soon. Peace.